Hi, Kim McGrath here from Expressions of the Universe with your full wolf moon in Cancer forecast, horoscope, and cards for every astrological sign. So we have a full moon in Cancer, the full wolf moon, coming on January 17th at 6:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adjust for your time zone. It will be at 27 degrees of Cancer. So right on the cusp of Leo. It is the fourth of seven full moons at 27 degrees. So we keep seeing these patterns year after year. The same degrees are being hit over and over and over again. I really feel like that is the universe trying to get a message to us. So what is that 27th degree? It's almost the anaretic degree, the culmination of everything of that sign of that time, but not quite. Things are set in motion already. There's not a lot that you can do to change the current trajectory. And that's been the theme for the last 4 months. This is the fourth month. We have 3 more months of that. So to me, that means we're in a time of contemplation. We do have Venus and Mercury and Uranus currently all retrograde. So we are taking an introspective look into the pieces of our lives. What works, what doesn't work, what are our values, how do we want to be loved, what were the conversations that were had, what is our mindset, where do we need to break free? Those are the themes. This is going to be a really busy week, next 2 weeks, as Uranus will go direct on January 18th. It's already stationed for direct. Breaking free. Expect the unexpected. There could be some chaos, especially with the full moon. So let's get into the horoscopes based on the astrology, and I'm going to pull a card for every sign. And where I'm seeing it's most potent is for the Cancer sun signs, rising signs, and moons. So you want to pay attention to your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. You can go to astro.com, plug in your date, time, and place of birth, and you can get yourself a free chart. Of course, you can always order one from me. Um, but for this sake, if you don't know what your rising sign and your moon sign are, I'm sure you know what your sun sign is. So pay attention to those. So Cancer, most potent. And this will have an opposite effect on Capricorn. There's an opposition there. Also, there's going to be a square between Libra and Aries signs. So those four signs are getting hit the strongest. The nodes, the North Node, South Node, Scorpio, South Node, Taurus, North Node, that is hitting the fixed signs of Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. So there's going to be something there. Venus is retrograding Capricorn, so big highlight. Pluto is in Capricorn, big highlight. The sun is in Capricorn, big highlight. Um, what else? I think I'm just gonna dive in. Oh, just for everyone, there is this sense of home, coming back to our roots, our origins, our ancestors. This is a theme across the board with that Cancer full moon. Um, there's that polarity of the masculine, feminine, the mother and the father, the ego and the emotion. Um, Also, too, you versus them. There's a lot of that. It's our self and our relationships. That's the axis that it's on. And so I find that really interesting as well. Um, I picked up a lot of information about health issues still, and you'll see when I talk about Capricorn, Capricorn, the Sun, Pluto, and Venus are in the sixth house of health, daily routine, our pets. And so we may be having some issues with that, especially if you have any aspects in your own chart to Capricorn, specifically because that Pluto on the Sun is weakening our health. It's draining our health, mostly for the Capricorns. It's also indicative of contagious disease. So I don't think that we're fully out of the woods yet with that. And you will want to take precautions. That's really for all of us. All right, so I'm going to pull up the chart while I'm talking to you because I am going to pull cards as well. I'm going to start with Capricorn. So the card that I have for Capricorn, suns, risings, and moons, and my light is really, really harsh. Maybe I can adjust that down a little bit. Am I going in the right direction? Don't want blue. I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to. There we go. We're going to tone it down. Tone it down a little bit. Do a little combo. There we go. How's that? How's that look? All right. For the Capricorn suns, risings, and moons, you have the Seeker. The Seeker is coming out. This is your archetype for this time. So it's as if you're in search of something. What are you searching for? What are you looking for? Love, beauty, peace of mind, freedom, expansion. There's also that sexual drive, the freedom to be yourself, to feel safe in your own skin. The meaning of life is to seek ways to give your life meaning, doing so with gratitude and patience and compassion for both yourself and others. But it does seem as though you're on this path of seeking, of looking for. And when I look at the astrology for the Capricorns. Now, as I said, the sun is in the sixth house. Looking from my point of view from Philadelphia, East Coast, United States. But this will pretty much ring true for everyone. Um, Definitely there's a focus on work with this being the sixth house, possibly health, your pets. There could be something, I'm kind of concerned with Pluto being so close to the sun because, that's a possible transition to the other side for some people or pets around you. Um, this is the daily grind for the Capricorns, that day in, day out routine, same thing over and over and over again. Um, you would definitely benefit from being of service to others during this time with the sixth house transit. I just really worry about your personal health during this time, your health, your vitality. I feel as though Capricorns could be very drained, especially from this moon. Um, if you did suffer any ill health as a young child or even recently, I would really take care, take caution. Um, People could be very prone at this time, like I said, to contagious diseases, to illness. Really be mindful during this time to take care. Let's see what else. There is a very interesting aspect, a sextile to the South Node. And it's asking you now, a lot of us are going to have this same theme. This aspect is asking the Capricorn suns, risings, and moons to leave behind any past inhibitions and truly express yourself in this lifetime. I think that's what this Seeker card really is about. It's time for you to fully express your fullest potential of yourself. You may feel that your private life, your family life, something like to keep hidden, and that it could be very demanding at this time. There's a message that's going to come through which needs to be heard um, by you and everyone in your family group. So, something, pay attention to that. But there's definitely something happening with the family there. What else am I seeing for the Capricorns? Well, there's definite aspect to the North Node as well. And it's a time, once again, it's just really talking about your past, in your leaving behind your inhibitions and getting out there and fully expressing yourself. So this is making a trine to Uranus, which is going direct. It's breaking you free from those old restraints and allowing more freedom. Aquarius. Aquarius, Mercury is retrograde in your sign in the seventh house. So this would highlight relationships. You also have Saturn riding shotgun. So I would think that Aquarian suns, risings, and moons are very serious about everything that's going on, who you're partnering up with, who your partners and allies are. Also, hiring people to get things done. That's what I'm feeling for Aquarius, very much so. There is a semi-square to Mars, so there's a little tension there. I'm looking to see where is Mars? I can't find you, Mars. Mars is downstairs. Oh my gosh. It is below in Sagittarius. So Mars, there could be people that are just playing around you and they're not getting things done and it will be annoying you. Aquarius, Aquarius, Libras, Geminis, and Virgos. This is a great time and all really for all of us with this Mercury retrograde to be doing an introspective look on our communications with our partners, with the people that we deal with on a daily basis, looking back at past conversations and not actually verbalizing them right now, but thinking, how can I change my mindset around this? Do I speak up about this in the near future come February? We will see. Um, there's a definite square to Uranus. The thoughts are running through your head. You have all these ideas, Aquarius, but you're finding it difficult to actually pin the things down. I would think that Aquarius minds are really flying at this time, but the Mercury retrograde is kind of putting the brakes on things. You have the game changer. The game changer is coming up for you. And let's see, what am I feeling with her? The game changer is saying there's definitely a pivotal moment occurring for the Aquarius suns, risings, and moons. It will be your game changer. I'm feeling as though you're finding your place. There's a load of creativity that's going to be coming flooding into you within the next few weeks. So you will be able to get those ideas down on paper. Um, she says how confident you feel about magic and change, especially your ability to magically change yourself and your situation is crucial at this time. So, whatever hasn't been working, it's time for you to change it up. And it really comes down to the core of changing up who you are at the center of yourself. Um, hmm. Yeah, taking a good hard look at yourself. Aquarius, let me see if I have anything else for Aquarius. Mm, yeah, so Mercury in Aquarius is squaring the midheaven at this full moon. Um, we do have a really interesting aspect, because there's going to be a little bit of, for some of the Aquarians, a little bit of past karma coming to light. This square to the midheaven could be career driven. It could affect your status in the world, or your career just be so demanding right now, Aquarians, that you can't catch a break. And it could be bringing a lot of things up. It's like, you've got the determination and the commitment, but you really are in need of a rest. That's what I am feeling. Pisces. Pisces, you are the eighth house, and this is shared resources. This is taxes, debts, secrets that are held, secrets that are kept, marriages as well. Jupiter and Neptune are both in the eighth house with you. They are making not so many, they're making really not an aspect to this full moon directly. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Pisces, they are trining the moon. Okay, so I do like that. And let's see what I can get from that. So this would definitely be opening up your intuition, Pisces, suns, risings, and moons, but in a very gentle manner. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the signs, on the radio, numbers. You're watching TV, something crazy synchronistic pops on. Pay attention to other people's conversations. Things are coming in the airwaves for the Pisces. Definitely dreams have been crazy, and so pay attention to those. You have an unusual level of sensitivity at this time for people and their feelings, but Pisces, I'm going to keep telling you that you have to start taking care of numero uno, and that is you. Bringing things home. That's what this full moon is about. Um, you also have to, I'm going to remind you not to idealize other people, because I feel as though like you may see the best of everybody and you're not seeing those shadow aspects. Of course, it's always great to accept and love people for exactly who they are, but I think sometimes you overlook a lot of the negative red flag signs. So, use your intuition for that. This is going to be a great time for the Pisces, artistically, creatively, get things done. What else do I have for the Pisces? Not a whole lot. I mean, there is some really delicious luck going on there. There is a trine to the nodes, the north node, south node. I'm sorry, to the south node, because south node is in Scorpio. So let me take a look. I don't see the direct correlation, but this is about you leaving some things of the past behind. Definitely when it comes to the home, because the South Node is in the fourth house. And so you may be taking a retrospective look about your origins, where you came from, the family that you came from. How is that affecting your finances and your debt at this time? That's a big highlight for the Pisces right now. Finances, debt, shared resources, taxes, the things that you owe. Um, and I don't feel as though you're seeing everything very clearly. Interesting. The detective comes up as your card for this full moon. And so this is going to go in line with that Neptune that I said. You're not seeing things clearly. Eighth house is about research, digging deep, finding things out, finding out those secrets. Something is eluding you. That's that Neptune. Um, Call on your guides and angels, the ascended masters, for sure. You will find out some information, but this is doing some detective work about yourself too, I feel. This card does say, look past the veil of illusion that someone is trying to pull over your eyes. I'm thinking of one Pisces in particular as I'm doing this. And see if you can pick up on my intuition. If you are that Pisces, message me, because I think you're going to know that I'm talking about you. That someone could be, that someone, you could be pulling the wool over your own eyes. You could be kidding yourself too. And so you want to examine all your assumptions that you're making. So if you're making assumptions about another person, which never assume anything about another person, you got to get down to the bottom of it. You got to do your detective work. But when you make assumptions about another, it really usually has to do with what's going on within you. Okay, that was Pisces. We're going to move into Aries. Now, Aries, I told you that this full moon is making a square to your sun, rising, or moon, whatever you have in Aries. There aren't any direct planets in Aries at this time, but just that tension that's happening, it could be a little bit of emotion, uh, boiling up some anger. Um, this could be a little bit of a tough moon because it's making you look at things that you don't want to look at. Unfortunately, that's how it is. And it really has to do with a lot of Aries. It has to do with your freedom, your ability to explore, to expand, to get out and have an adventure, and being tied too close to the family, or the resources aren't there to make happen what you want to happen. So it becomes frustrating. Um, Just trying to think if I see anything else. There is there I feel as though for some Aries suns, rising, and moons, there could be some issues with the law. Definitely the want and desire for academic pursuits for some of you, philosophical pursuits. This could be, you mulling over different mindsets, different philosophies. Um, Publishing and writing is very good at this time for the Aries, and you are journeying along your path. So even though it may not feel like you are, I've got to tell you that Uranus going direct is um can't think of what the aspect's called, but it's riding right next to you. And it's going to give you a little bit of a boost to want to get out there and do something different. Um, but you are saddled with Neptune, you're flanked by Neptune and Uranus. So it's like the vision isn't clear yet, Aries, yet you have this desire, this burning desire to break free, but the vision isn't clear yet. That's what I'm pulling from the astrology. Your card it's the messenger. Interesting. The messenger is at pointing me right towards Mercury retrograde, doing an introspective look. Aries, you do not have to be the messenger. You don't have to be the gossip monger. You're not the one that has to deliver the message. Maybe you do. Maybe you are the one. Maybe that's what that difficult square is that you're being forced to deliver a difficult message. Maybe you're getting a difficult message. Um, this is about integrity for sure, making sure that all of your information is correct. So during Mercury retrograde, the lines of communication are a little bit muddled. This says make sure that what is being said is what is being heard. And obviously, we can't fully speak and hear and comprehend correctly during Mercury retrograde. So that could be the frustrating part for you. The same words and messages can often mean different things to different people. So you may be frustrated in that. Aries. Okay, Taurus. This is your big week, Taurus. But this full moon, the full moon is sextiling just about, not quite, but almost sextiling Uranus in Taurus. This is a breaking free. Um, the North Node has moved into Taurus. I love that. And so, you know, there is a sextile this full moon to the North Node in Taurus. And it's talking about your destiny, lies close to home. And I talked about how this full moon is about home. In other words, you have to follow your heart, and then you are likely to be following your destiny. So, Taurus, things, you may have had all these great ideas in the pot, and then Uranus went retrograde in August and put the brakes on for all of us, for all of us. And now you're finally getting to break free. We could also expect to see some natural disasters, earthquakes, floods, storms coming through this week. Definitely with this aspect with Taurus, I mean, with Uranus going direct. What else? So some of you, this destiny could be falling right into your lap. Some of you will actually have to get up and knock on some doors to make things happen. It really just depends on your own personal charts. Um, let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, the lines of communication are a little tough for Tauruses, as well as Mercury is going to be squaring your sign. So, stay out of the arguments. You don't have to get into it. This is a time of contemplation. Venus will be trining your sign. That is also retrograde for the time being. So really take a look at your values, the things that you value, Taurus, and start to line things up. Get yourself ready, because the foot is on the gas starting this week. Okay, and you have, interesting, the mask. Is it a literal mask? And you're like, many of us are wearing masks. I know that, it's pretty crazy in my area on the East Coast. But this is the masks that we wear when we don't want to show who we are to the real world. Taurus suns, risings, and moons. And so, you know, always be authentic. Take that mask off. Show people who you truly are. If they don't like you, well, then they're not your people, right? We wear masks to appease people, to make people feel that we are a certain way or this is who we are. This card says neither you or anyone else involved in your situation has the clear picture of what has happened, who is happening, and what will happen. Oh, what is happening and what will happen. Because there's a veil over the situation. But I really feel it's like our inauthentic masks that we wear and not showing our true selves. But if there's something, that isn't clear for you, Tauruses, it hasn't been revealed yet. And it's unable to be predicted. And, with Uranus moving direct this week, I feel as though that's when the chaos breaks through, because this full moon is definitely ego and emotion. And so you're going to find out sooner rather than later what is going on. Gemini. Gemini, not a ton of stuff going on, although, Mercury, your ruling planet, is retrograde in a sister air sign. So the retrograde is trining your sun, rising, or moon. you know how to do the Mercury retrograde. It's, you've been there, you've done that. You're going to rest, rejuvenate. You're not going out, even though Gemini is in the 11th house of social functions, our friends, our dreams and wishes. You kind of have to wait a minute, Gemini. I know you want to get out there, you want to have a good time. This is not the time. You are supposed to be resting, rejuvenating, contemplating, reinventing, really thinking about what you're doing moving forward come February. You only have a few weeks. Just take this break. Trust me. Um, you know, where I talked about the contagious disease, the ill health, Pluto and the current sun and the Venus retrograde, that is making a quincunx to your sun, rising, and moon. It is not a pleasant aspect. It is a little bit of a tough, challenging aspect. So I wouldn't chance it, Geminis. I wouldn't chance it. You may want to wear a mask. You want to make sure that you are taking your vitamins, you're drinking your thieves' tea, you're drinking your bone broth, your good Jewish penicillin soup, getting your immune system built up because Gemini, you rule the airways, you rule the lungs, in addition to the shoulders and the arms and the hands. This is not a time for Gemini to be risking the airways. I'm just saying. And I'll take note to that because I am a Gemini sun. Your card, Gemini, it's the gardener. This is about tending to the things that you have to tend to. Just, spend these couple of weeks in that place of contemplation, tending to the things that must be taken care of. Spring will be here before you know it, Geminis, and you'll get out and frolic and have a good time. But you want to make sure everything is taken care of where you can. You can, if you say, "Oh, I'm bored," read a good book. Clean out your closets. There's probably a lot of things that you can do. This is also saying weed out negativity and toxic thoughts to clear the way for new growth that is sure to come if you add habits that heal to your life. And I feel like a lot of us, with the Mercury and Venus retrogrades, we should be thinking about some bad habits we need to get rid of and how can we incorporate some good new habits. That's going to be really important for Capricorns too. So hopefully some of you have hung around long enough to see that. But yeah, this is about tending to your own garden, Gemini. All right, Cancer. Cancer, this is your full moon. This is so potent. Cancer's suns, risings, and moons. But it is right on the cusp of Leo, so Leos, stay tuned. This moon is opposing the sun and Pluto in Capricorn. There's an imbalance possibly here. I talked about it, the polarity of ego and emotion, mother and father, feminine, masculine, you versus them. But this is really for the Cancers. I can't help but go back to 2018, 2019, when this polarity was extremely strong for an entire 18 months. And I feel as though that we're going back to that place and we're making some new choices based on what we wanted to happen out of that energy of 2018, 2019. And I think we're revisiting some of those things, Cancers, and you're taking some of your own power back because there is a power struggle here. And this is for all of us. Where are we giving up our power? Who are we giving our power to? But it's extremely important for Cancers during this time to be thinking about that. What else? We have a beautiful trine to Neptune, Cancers. I spoke about that before. So pay attention to your intuition because it's extremely heightened. There's also a trine to the South Node. Your destiny not lies close to home. And so if you follow your heart, it will lead you to your destiny. I really love that for the Cancer suns, risings, and moons. What else am I seeing? So the opposition with Pluto, there is some conflict that could arise in your life through your relationships. There could be some drama and some intense individuals that are coming through. And it's going to be up to you to choose how you are going to deal with that. I really feel as though we're all in a place of contemplation. We're thinking about what our values are, how do we want to be loved by other people? How do we want to communicate with other people or be treated by other people? So you don't really have to take action right now, but come February, you just may have to. Um, there's also this full moon for Cancers could bring up a love-hate relationship with the self. This could also be true for the Capricorns. This love-hate relationship, pointing out what you don't like in other people and not realizing that that is a part of you that you maybe are not seeing. So that's another theme that I'm seeing. For the Cancers, your card is the Critic. I just said that. How about that? Yeah, I was picking up that there was like some kind of judgment aspect. And, the critic, overly critical with themselves, overly critical with other people. Constructive criticism, when asked for, is a gift between friends. But perfectionism, overanalysis, and pickiness do more harm than good. So, like, don't over criticize yourselves. We don't need perfectionism in this world anymore. It's overrated, overstated, overrated. All right, Leos. Leos. All right, so this full moon is right on the cusp of Leo. Leo, you got a lot of things to be stepping up to the plate about. This is about you and your relationships for sure. Um, Having to be more dedicated at work, but there needs to be a balance, Leo, and everything needs to be balanced out evenly. And when you pay attention to all the different aspects of your life, things run smoothly. If anything is lacking in any area, everything else will start to suffer because they all play off of each other. For Leos, you know, what kind of, I do see that there is some tension. Um, with Saturn. And it's like, I feel as though you could be asked to like make a deeper commitment to work, make a deeper commitment to partners. And with Mercury being retrograde in opposition to your sun, rising, or moon, this is not a time to say yes or no or to commit to anything. You really need to ride it out until after February 3rd. So if you can, try and buy yourself some time. But Leo, suns, risings, and moons, you really need to pay attention to every little aspect of your life, and that includes yourself. So think of it as a pie slice, like a pie sliced into equal, slices, similar to an astrological wheel. Everybody has to get equal attention within that wheel. And if you're neglecting something, you're neglecting the laundry, you're neglecting that cluttered closet, you've been showing up late for work, or calling out sick. You haven't been taking your vitamins or exercising or getting enough sleep for yourself. If any area is lacking, all areas will start to suffer. So step it up, Leos. Um, your card is the Balancer. Oh my God. I can't even make this shit up. Can I? Sorry, excuse me. The Balancer. And I just told you everything in your life needs to come into balance right now between yourself and all of your outer relationships. And that's your relationship to everything in your life. Um, I'm just going to leave it at that because I think that says it all. Interesting. Interesting. And I'm just going to put this up here because look at the light bulb in his head with the yin yang and all the sections equally balanced. Hopefully you could see that. And what will happen? Beautiful butterflies of transformation, like kind of everything falls into place once you get your head straight and you get everything into balance. Love it, Leos. All right, Virgos, you little virgins. So Mercury, your ruler is retrograde. Um, you know that I also feel that Chiron is a co-ruler for the Virgo suns, risings, and moons. So your sun, rising moon, it's in the house of values and what it is, what you own. Taking a look at, like your material things, your immaterial things. What are you grateful for? What do you have? What do you think you need? Where do you feel like you're lacking? Where do you need to make some improvements? This is definitely finances. Um, Making sure you have enough. There could be like a little bit of a fear there. I don't see any planets specifically in your sign, which is good, but this full moon is making a sextile to your sun, rising, or your own moon, depending on what you have in Virgo. And so that is a beautiful harmonic aspect. It would open up your intuition, but it's also asking you not to fear. Now, this is a watery, emotional moon, and so therefore some things could be bubbling up to the surface. Feel it, allow it to come, and let it go. Um, what else is going on? Opposing you is the fears that you could be having around any finances could be because things aren't clear. We don't know what's happening in the future. We don't know, are taxes going up? Is there an outstanding debt that we're not sure of how we're going to pay, or inheritance, or something like with shared resources, like not being able to see so far into the future. Is my job stable? Is the economy stable? Stop worrying about a Virgo. Start thinking more about the intangible things that you are grateful for, and focusing on that will alleviate any of the worries. um, your card Your card is the Alchemist. So I love that because if you are worried about things, you have everything that you need to make whatever you need happen. Um, it's just a matter of, lighting that fire under your butt. And to be honest, you're going to start to feel some improvement come January 25th because Mars will move into Capricorn. So that'll be trining your sun, rising, or moon. It's going to give you a little boosted added energy, but I'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. The Alchemist says you have everything you need to make the right combinations of, the perfect meal, the perfect home, getting the perfect job, like making everything will be falling into line. Remember, this full moon is about the home, so that's what you're going to focus on, the self, your home as yourself, and your home. This alchemist says, our enchanted world provides the means for transforming the leaden aspects of daily life into the golden experience available to all. I'm going to leave it at that. Libra. All right, Libra. So this full moon is squaring your sun, rising, or moon. So there could be some tensions. It's in your third house, so communications, the neighborhood, the gossip, transportation could break down. So if you need that oil change or tire change or something, that check engine light is on. I mean, Mercury is retrograde in your sister sign of Aquarius, but you may need to take care of it now before it gets worse, even though Mercury is already retrograde. Um, there could be some communication snafus and delays if you've been waiting on an answer for a contract or something, waiting on that email, waiting for that approval, it could be delayed. Or the communication, be careful that if you had to reach out to somebody, make sure that they received it. Check check who you're sending things to before you hit the send. I've made that mistake a few times. But this is definitely things that are close to home, Libra, in your own realm, in your own neighborhood, siblings, neighborhood, gossip, communication. Also, elementary age school kids, early education, possibly learning something new. Things are on delay. Um, don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, Libra. You have the resolute. The resolute. So you're coming to the resolution. You're calling it quits with somebody, I feel, because things have to be resolved. But you're going to have to exercise some patience, Libra, because with that Venus and Mercury retrograde right now, things are not going to get resolved until probably February or March, I'm thinking. Um, okay, so this is also saying don't give away your power to another person. And if you feel that that is happening, energetically take your power back and wait until after the retrogrades are over to actually make a verbal statement about that. But something in your life has to come to a resolution, and you're going to be the one that does it. Scorpio, coming to the end. Scorpio, the South Node is in your sign. It is trining this full moon. So destiny is upon you. Something from a past life is coming. Scorpios, this could also be a little bit of past life karma coming to bite you in the rear end if you haven't been good and kind, even in this life. It might not even be from a past life. You do need to let go of some things concerning the home and the family. And it could just be the stories that you're telling about the home and the family and things, how they happened, and the old stories have got to die. Um, this moon could be a little emotional, a little introverted for you. Perfect. Because we are in retrograde season. So you do need to kind of go within. Um, Uranus will be breaking free, going direct in your opposite sign of Taurus. So you could feel pulled in two separate directions, Scorpio. And I think only time will tell, and we'll know more within a couple of months of how that's going to play out for some of the Scorpios anyway. Your card is the Wounded. And I really feel as though that South Node in your sign is bringing up a lot of old past wounds, which is great. Let them bubble to the surface. Deal with them. Emote. Let it be cathartic. Let this moon wash over you and get rid of it. The South Node in Scorpio is the excretory system. Flush it down the toilet. Get rid of it. Be gentle with yourself, Scorpio, and others, because we all have been wounded in some way, and a wound will always cry out to be healed. And that is your message. And last but not least, Sagittarius. Mars is still in Sagittarius until January 25th. So you still will have that energy behind you, Sagittarius. And then it's going to move into Capricorn. We're all going to get serious and get our shit done. But this full moon for the Sagittarius is almost trining that Mars in Sag. But wait, it's actually quincunxing. There could be some heated moments for the Sagittarians with this full moon. It's going to bring up a lot, maybe it's going to bring up a lot of things, especially around the home and the family. And, you know, somebody wants their freedom and somebody wants to take away their freedom. The reining in of emotions is what I'm feeling. And, you know, Sagittarians, they love to have their freedom. They like to be on the go. They want to go and go and go and go and go. And yet they also like to control situations. That's what I feel like this Mars is. I'm getting different info. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, it's not going to give me what I was looking for on here. Yeah, but that quincunx, that is extremely strong. It is a challenging and tense time, this full moon. Um, and really it has to do with the home and with freedom, with creativity, with romance. It's surrounding children as well, and the autonomy of the self, and in all those other obligations. So interesting to hear from some of the Sages to see how that's playing out in your life. Your card is the Warrioress. The Warrioress. So Sages, you're standing strong, you're standing true. You could be the one that's causing the argument. But it does say you have the ability to conquer your fears and your faults and the right to defend who you are, who you love, and what you believe in. Stand up for all of that, Sagittarians. Ooh, so, well, we're almost an hour in. I didn't even realize that it took that long. Sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. I was trying to give all of you a very, very thorough reading for this full moon. I hope you like this. This was a little bit different than what I normally do. And happy full moon. I'm working on a painting. I don't know. I'm going to work on it tomorrow before my class for the full wolf moon in Cancer. And I know you can't see it, but this is like a glitter, a really beautiful iridescent moon. It's a work in progress. I don't know if I can get it done because I got to put a lot of embellishments and everything in here. We'll see. We'll see if I have the time. If not, I'm just happy to be creating. Have at it. Have at it. And it's a long holiday weekend here in the United States, and I don't have to work on Monday. So, so excited. Anyway, happy full moon. Thank you for watching, and check out my other videos and comment me. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, yeah, if you stayed till the end. I am really wanting to answer your questions. I'm practicing some ancient forms of astrology. So if you have specific questions of if you should do something, when should you do something, or whatever, shoot me a message in my DMs, my email, or the private message on expressions of the universe. And I will try and incorporate that into a video. I need to do some more practice work. So I'm dying to answer your questions and see if it works. All right, take care and happy full moon. Bye.